Hi family, welcome to MelanatedMagikTV, and this is your host, Jessica X. And today I am doing something a little bit different. I am talking about something a little bit personal, some things and dreams and whatnot that has always been on my mind. Give you a little bit of background. Ever since I was 4, I've always had dreams about bridges. I've never figured out why, but they seem to change. And when I mean they seem to change, I mean when I was little, I would have dreams that I'm in the car. And when I mean in a sense of, it was weird, like almost like quantum leapish a little. Like it would be me, but I would be in someone else, and almost like premonitions. Like it was weird. Like I would have these dreams, and I wouldn't have them all the time, but I have them a lot where there comes certain times of the year. And then as I got older, I had other dreams where, for example, when I was little, I remember my grandmama, she kept coming to me in my dream. Like, she kept trying to talk to me. And I remember, like, we was in her living room, and I was telling her, I was like, I was afraid. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was terrified. Because, like, it wasn't even, like, a dream. It was like I woke up in the dream world, and I was walking around. I thought it was a dream. And then my grandmama was in her living room trying to talk to me. And it freaked me out so bad. And she was like, no, calm down and whatnot. And then I remember like waking up, and I told my mom about it. And my mom's like, she's trying to reach out to you or whatnot. Then she came to me again. But I guess because I was so young, it terrified me. As I got older, I had other, I'm not going to say episodes, but I had other experiences where, like someone in my family or someone I knew would pass, and it would come to me or whatnot. But one of the few memorable ones, like I remember one of my sister friends, her daughter was murdered. And I remember I had just moved into my very first apartment on my own. And I remember in my dream, like I woke up and she was like sitting on the steps. And and by this time I was kind of expecting her to come to me in a dream. So I was kind of prepared for it. So she didn't know what was going on. She didn't know what she was. She was panicking, freaking out, whatnot. And I remember telling her, I was like, you got shot in the chest, telling her. She was like, it was like she wasn't even, the only way I could explain it is if something traumatic just happened to you, and you're like trying to figure out what happened, because of what happened. She got shot in the chest. She was pregnant at the time, and her and her baby both died. But it was like she didn't realize what was going on. And she was like, where am I? I can't even really explain it. Like, I can't really even explain it. But I had that, stuff like that. And then I also would have, I guess you would call, like, sleep paralysis and stuff like that a lot. I haven't really had it in a while. Then I would have these things. I would have these crazy dreams where they would seem so real, and I would wake up in such a panic, and I would feel like, it's urgent. I just, tell everybody, but they would be so, I'm talking about freaking terrifying, that even just talking about them or repeating what I just went through, would literally have me like shaking in tears and stuff like that. And I think, I'm going to share these because these dreams have been weighing heavy on me, and I don't really know what they mean or what, like, I don't know. I just know that normally when I have dreams, for the most part, after a while, my dreams will go away. I'll forget about my dreams. And I've been having dreams about very, very, very steep. I'm talking about very, very steep hills. And I don't know what that means. I've in the past had this weird dream about some dude on this horse in this field with it this field was the grass was golden. It was weird. Then I had a dream about, I'm gonna say, a man holding the snake, but I mean not a man holding the snake, but I don't really know what it was. It was something standing in my hallway with a cloak, and it had a bag full of snakes, and it opened the bag, and snakes went everywhere. And it was it wasn't like normal snakes. It was pitch black, like in the astral part of, I don't know if like I was in the astral plane. I don't know, but it was almost like, the only way I can explain it, what is the name of that movie? Gosh, that movie slips my mind. It's not Sinister. When he went in, I can't remember. But anyway, it was weird. I can't explain it, but this thing was in a hood, cloak, black, and it had illuminated symbols and sigils on this robe, and it had this bag with these gold illuminated sigils on it. And when it opened the bag and dropped the snakes went in everywhere, and they was really pretty illuminated colored snakes with sigils and symbols illuminating in gold on their head and disappearing. And they went into all rooms. And later after that, I started finding white geckos in my apartment. Okay, so let me rewind. I'm not gonna tell the dreams in any particular order. I'm just gonna tell them. The first dream I had, the first dream I'm telling is about the Horseman. In my Horseman dream, I was in this field festival area, and it was like everyone was like, it's like a field fest. It was a big area. It's like a town or somewhat. It was a lot of people. Looked like people was having like a festival or something. And it was this particular group that I kept overhearing. And I don't know if I was with them or what, but for some reason, I was just drawn to listen to them and whatnot. And I remember them saying, he's coming. So I'm interested in knowing on who's coming. So I asked him, like, who? He. So I guess by the way they were saying it and how they looked, I decided to, like run and try to see who was coming. So I'm like running around. I get to the top of this hill, and I see somebody on this horse, but this thing does not look like a person or a human being. This thing looks spiritual or whatnot, like it was slipping in between dimensions. I can't explain it, but that's how I can only interpret it. But I remember it was on the horse, and I took off running. So I'm running, and I slide up under this house. So all hell is breaking loose. I don't really know what's going on, but all I know, I am terrified. And it's like all hell. Then all of a sudden, it's quiet, like nothing. First it was screams and all of this, and then it's quiet. So I'm laying up under this house. It's kind of like lifted off the ground a little bit, and I see horse feet, and it stops right beside me. And I'm like, okay, I can't roll over because I'm scared I'm going to make a noise. And next thing you know, this thing snatched me up, and it got me. And, I wake up. And when I wake up, I feel like I'm being choked. After that, my next dream, I had this dream about, it's like I was asleep. I woke up to go to the bathroom. And in my dream, I encountered somebody just standing in the middle of my hallway, and how my apartment is set up. They were standing in front of the bathroom, which is in front of one of the rooms, which is my daughter's room. So it's in between the bathroom and my daughter's room. So I'm looking at this thing, and it looks at me, and it has this bag in its hand. It unties it, flips it, and snakes goes into every room. Every room. So it freaks me out because I'm like, what in the hell? And it wasn't like regular dream world, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When I dreamed it, I honestly thought I was up walking around. Like, it was weird. I can't really explain it. But they went in every room. So after that, a few weeks, I started finding these white little Mediterranean gecko, house geckos in my house. I found one in my kitchen. I found one in my room, which is now my other room. I found one in my current room. I found one in the hallway. I found one, oh my God, running up my back steps. I found one throughout my house, like everywhere. Then after that, I no longer, encountered the white Mediterranean geckos. All right, then this other dream I remember in this dream, like, I guess I was like laying down watching TV, and I heard like someone coming into my apartment. So I got up, I got armed, and I started creeping through my apartment to see what was going on. And my daughter's room, that same room that, from that man with the cloak thing with the snakes was standing in front of, I go in that room because I hear something. I go to peek or whatever, and it's my dad climbing in through my window. Mind you, I'm on the second floor. So it kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I'm like, why are you climbing through my window? And he's like, no, I don't want you to look out there. I got to talk to you. He was like, everything is over. Like, it's no more USA. So I'm like, what do you mean? He looks at me. He was like, exactly what I'm telling you. It's the USA no longer exists whatsoever. So I finally get to the window, and all hell's breaking out. Like, I see all types of police everywhere, helicopters and everything. It just all mayhem going on outside. Lay up, go. It's all types. Sorry about that. That was my little one. It's all types of mayhem going on. Like, it's helicopters, police cars everywhere, like people running, just everything. It's crazy. So for some reason, these 3 dreams, and each time I had these dreams, when I had these dreams, I only had, these dreams really, really bothered me and stuck hard on me. And I don't really know how to interpret them. I really felt like at the time that I received those dreams that they were messages. But I will admit, at the time, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just now getting to the point where I feel like I'm not as shy as I used to be, and I could use my voice now. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry about that. I had to give me something to drink. My throat was getting dry. But at the time, I kind of felt like I was a little bit more shy than what I am now. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not still as shy. I'm an introvert. To be honest, I'm an introvert. I'm very, very shy. Like, the only people I'm kind of open around is family, and even with family, I'm very shy with my family. So I'm very, 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 it's weird. I'm trying to break out of it. But back to what I was saying. At the time, I kind of felt like I was supposed to, talk about these, which I did, talk about these with people and whatnot. And a few people said, with the bridges, it can mean a positive change. It just depends on, whether the bridge was going over water or whatnot. But I can't tell you, like, with the bridge dream, if I was going over water or not. I know one of them I had to be going over water, because with one of the steep bridges, I do know for sure I was in Miami, but I don't know what that means. I'm not quite sure. But all I'm saying is, I always knew when I had dreams and certain dreams that my dreams were premonitions, messages, whatnot. They meant something. And I'm at the point now where I'm starting to have these dreams again, and I feel like I should start really talking about them more, and I should not be afraid to talk about them, and I should be more comfortable with talking about them. And so with that being said, that's why I'm talking about them now. And hopefully, y'all can kind of help me out and figure out what these dreams mean. And it's another thing too, like, I remember this happened, I want to say like 2 months ago, right? I remember, like, I can't remember what led up to this and what led up to me doing what I did and then this happening. I don't know. But I will say this. I attempted to, I don't know, I was trying to, I guess, I don't know, like, I was having these dreams where I knew they were not my dreams, but it felt like a family member or something, like someone from my past. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I just knew, I was like, I want to figure out what these dreams mean and who I am and why I'm having them. And I went to sleep, and I remember like somebody bammed on my door. Like, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking about bam, 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 bam. And the even crazier part was, like, it scared me so bad. We hopped up. Everybody in the house hopped up, right? And the kids knew what I did. My daughter was like, why are you going to do that? What if somebody do this? What if somebody bammed on the door? And sure as hell, somebody bammed on the door. So I hopped up. I looked out my window, and normally I could see my front door, the door that they was bamming on, from that window. And I couldn't see anything. Like, I couldn't see anybody standing there unless they was standing on the other side. But it was crazy. But then again, it was still kind of dark out the door. So I don't know. But this is all I really have to say and talk about. Just here to talk about dream interpretation and what my dreams could mean. And I know y'all probably wondering about the Egyptian pictures. Another reason, the reason I have the Egyptian pictures in, I've always had this interest with ancient Egypt ever since I was a child. Like, about as far as I can remember dreaming about bridges. I can remember always wanting, something, whether it was esophagus or not esophagus, a mummy or whatnot. I always asked my mom, I want this. I remember I was little, and I could hear my mom now. No, I'm not gonna get that. That's $100. No, you might break it. Remember when I got you this and that and the third? Oh, and another thing, I remember, like, another thing, and I'm still interested in it to this day. Like, when I was little, like, I've always had an interest with stars. Like, I remember when I was in the 2nd grade, my mom bought me a telescope. To this day, like, I remember, I didn't tell her, but I left my telescope outside, and long story short, it ended up, getting damaged some kind of way. I'm not quite sure, but it was like water in the inside of the telescope, inside the lens, and I couldn't, like, get it apart to, like, clean it out. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, that's why I have the picture of the Egyptian pictures on here, the picture of the heavens and the astral plane on here, because of my interests. But y'all tell me what y'all think about my dreams. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's me, Jessica X. Have a good day. Bye.